Greetings to everyone who is watching. My name is Darryl Jung and I'm the team leader for Group C, along with my teammates Wei Bin, Tanesh and Wenjing. So our group has developed a sustainability board game whereby it seeks to solve two sustainability development goals, which is SDG 13 and SDG number 14. Okay, so we want to protect marine environment at the same time using awareness raising methods. Okay. So, but the current problem with current market iterations of the sustainability board games is that it's fully physical. But for our implementation, we have implemented like an automatic function whereby its game pieces can move on its own. Okay, and aside from the automated function, we also have developed a mobile development app whereby its players will be able to play with each other and to provide game content questions. Which has like awareness raising in mind, and to allow the game pieces to be controlled via the mobile application. So the result is that we have a hybrid system whereby the players can play on the board game itself and being able to play on the mobile application. So I'll pass it on to Wei Bin, and he will showcase the mobile application and the game mechanics itself.
So I will be continuing with explaining the digital part, the mobile app basically. So I show how the game works. So actually, there's actually 4 players in this game. But actually, if less than 4 players, you still can play. If you have 2 players, 3 players, it doesn't matter. You can still play the game. So when you start the game, there's actually start game, rules, and quit. I don't know if you can see, but the rules I can see that what's the rules of the game. The game they actually when you go inside, you can just choose any players, and then you can see that. There's a game board here that I can just click the dice. I can move, for example, I can just move, and then after it move, if you reach some of the place, you will just trigger some quiz, have some events, and some quiz that happen, and then you can answer the question. So afterwards, when you answer the correct question, you can get resources, and you can build the buildings here. So you can see there's resources up there. You can buildings, and there's different buildings, so you can promote different sustainability goals. And then afterwards, it's a trade function. You can trade with other players, so you can make the game more fun. So basically, that's it for the game, and yeah.
Okay, so now I will showcase the group demonstration of our project. So in this demonstration, there's only going to be 2 players, although the max capacity of our board game can be 4 players, but in this case, we're just going to make it 2. Okay, so now I'm going to power it up. I'm going to insert like a DC jack towards the board to like activate the stepper motors, and another one to power the Raspberry Pi. Okay. So now we just have to wait for it to boot up. So once the program boots up, the electromagnetic position is going to reset all the way to the bottom left corner of the board game. So it's going to be defined a position called 1-1. Okay, so once the electromagnet has shifted to a position of 1-1, the LED strips will be activated and it will be doing like a rainbow cycle, like a rainbow LED effect. Okay, so now we're going to head over to the phones here. So player 1 is going to move the dice, alright? It's going to select the dice and then it's going to move 2 steps. So the electromagnet is going to respond to that and move the white game piece to like with like 2 steps to the right side. Okay, so now we're going to replicate that with another player. So in this case, the black game piece will be player 2. Okay, so on player 2 is able to move to another position on his own. Okay, so moving on to your partner.
So now it's back to player 1. So we can just continue and play the game. You can see it actually catches and you continue with the movement. So now when you reach here, so in the game itself, it actually triggers a quiz event. So you can see from here, it actually triggered a quiz. And then you can see all this quiz is there's 4 different teams, there's different quiz, and then they will need to promote the sustainability goals. And yeah, now you can answer the question. For example, so if it's wrong, you just show out wrong, but it's correct, then you will gain the resources. So now it's back to another player. It will be back and forth, and afterwards when you get resources, or you get some events. For example, if I continue, hope you should get some events here. For example, here. So when you can see, you reach the corner, you can see her, you trigger some events, you can hear the vibration motors, and you can see the color changes there already. So this is the event trigger. As you can see from the phone, it actually reached the disaster event, and so this event is the oil spill with marine life die off. So I can okay, and then you can see there's some facts that's regarding this disaster, so you can promote that what's the actually disaster happening in the world around now, and then. So then after you trigger this, you actually deduct your resources. For example, now you can see back to the you go back to the original one, and you can see from here the resources here, if you can see, is -1 because this one is 0, and then I triggered the event with -1. So that's how it works. So for to proceed with it, I will show you you can continue to move. You can see. So even after that, it can still move back to the what's it called?
Your previous position.
Yeah, the position. And then if there is players, for example, I'm gonna make the trading between players, so I can go to the trade function. You can see from here. This is player 1, this is player 2. I need to trade with player 2, but I have no resources, so I just trade. That's okay. Even if there's no resources, this bug can't be abused. You just show that resources request is failed, and then so it can't be traded. But now I will just add some resources in back end so that I can facilitate the resources to be added to be traded. For example, player 1 and player 2. You can see from here, this player has 2 of these resources, and this player has 2 of these resources. I want to trade with him, so I want to trade with player 2. I use one of these resources. I want to get his oil resources. So I just click. So if I click trade, it will show at the trade request, and then the player can trade, accept or reject. So you can see it's in progress. I accept, and then you show accept, and then you can see it's already successfully traded. So once one of the player, any player they actually successfully build any of the resources, they can win the game. So then the game is ended. So for example, I will give the player 2 have all the resources. Now the player 2 have all the 10 resources. All of it is 10, and they come back here. Now I can use it to build the buildings. Once I build all the buildings, I can win. So I can just build, for example, build 1, build building 2, building 3, and building 4. So one is ended, they will show up and they can play again because the game is ended. So you can see it's ended. The vibration motor vibrate again. It will show up that what's the event now. So you can see this is the player 2 wins the event. So basically that's all about the game. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so with the implementation of our accessibility board game, we have the following unique features. We have the automatic game piece movement whereby the game piece can move on its own. Okay, and then we also have the immersive gameplay experience due to the haptic solution that we provided with the LED effects to showcase different events happening in the game. And then we also have the wireless interaction with mobile application, whereby the players can use it as a platform to play against each other and to have different interaction applications such as the trading function to win the game. Okay, and at the same time we can also promote awareness of marine environment issues. So in order to solve the two sustainability development goals that I mentioned earlier. So that's all from our group, and thank you very much for watching.